So, welcome back. This is question 4 of the OCR economics course. The first one for question 4, I'm not going to write this down because it says define the term income elasticity of demand. I'm not going to write these defined terms down because this load of writing takes up all the space and it's worth about 2 marks, so I might as well just explain what you need to put. Income elasticity of demand is a response. So I'll put the code thing for it. So income elasticity of demand, so that's YED. And now something elasticity of something else is the second variable, responsiveness to the first. You can imagine that. So in this case it's income elasticity of demand, income being the first variable and demand being the second. So as we said, it's the second responsive to the first, so it's the responsiveness of demand to a change in income. That's how you can remember that. Is that all I put? Yeah, and then you'd state the formula, which is YED is percentage change in demand over percentage change in income. So that's your first foray. So whenever you're defining elasticity, you always give the equation of it, and yeah, so that's you always give the equation. 4b. So I said I really won't write anything for 4a, but you need to kind of write the equation. It says there is expected to be a 10% fall in UK's income in the next 2 years. So comment on the likely impact on this fall for the holiday market. Oh wow, this is 4. Oh, this is 6 marks, this isn't it? Yep, 6 marks. This is quite a big one. 2b. So what does it says? Comment on the likely impact of the fall in the holiday market. Now, if we look back, I'll zoom back out, or if you've got the thing out, you can look at the elasticity table. And now, what it tells you there's something called YED there, and that's exactly what we were just looking at, if you can recall. So obviously, if you're still watching this video, you can just look at it. So that's the diagram you get on page, I think it's 2 or 3, sorry, of the exam paper. And now we're looking at YED, so we need to observe them 2 figures there and state what they mean. So YED, that sort of tells us, I think we recalled it when we went over this exam, and what the case study told us. YED says how responsive demand is to a change in income. Now, if it tells us also what kind of good it is, because people are going to buy a luxury good when not a high income level. So it's sort of measured over a change in income sort of thing. So YED, right? So if it's positive, it's either a normal or a luxury good, and you define them too by if it's larger than 1, it's elastic and it's a normal luxury good. If it's between 0 and 1, it's a normal good. On the opposite end of the scale, if it's a negative, it is an inferior good, so it's bought as people incomes decrease, so sort of high, Tesco baked beans instead of Heinz baked beans, for example. And obviously the -1 to 1 still applies as income elastic or income inelastic, whatever it applies. So sort of using that information there, and what we're given to answer the question with, it says comment on the likely impact of these figures, is essentially what the question is asking us. But what it really asks is comment on the likely impact of the fall in income. So what do we know? Well, we know there's going to be a 10% fall in income. So if we use this formula YED, so for let's go for the foreign holidays first. So so we go with foreign first. So what we need to say is what the figure means and what impacts it has if income falls. So it's quite a nice one. It's not comment on the business relevance, quite a difficult one. It's quite a simple one. So foreign holidays, and obviously for this you'd break it down into the YED equals 2. This means YED equals 2. This means it's a luxury good, as it's larger than 1 and is positive. So you say it's bought as people's incomes increase. So you say it's a luxury good and describe what a luxury good is. Describe it. And you only have to give a brief statement saying that it's good as bought as incomes increase. That's why it's positive. So you say, use the formula So if it's 2 equals percentage change in demand, which we don't know, that's what it's sort of asking us to find. It's sort of hidden in there. Just 2 things. If you get a question on elasticity, it's probably going to ask you, it's going to give you the formula, give you the value of the YD, or give you a percentage change in demand. Basically, it's going to ask you for one of the parts of the formula, and you use the other 2 parts to sort of slot it in and use it to talk about it. So, we know the percentage change in income is a 10% reduced, and that I should be a Y, by the way, percentage change in income. So, it's over 10%, so it's minus 10%. Positive times a minus is a minus, so that means demand is going to fall by 10%, so that should be the other way around actually. So, and this is because 2 times negative, 20%, 20% fall, sorry, negative 20%, this is because 2 times 10% equals negative 20%. So that means demand is going to fall by 20%. So what else I've put there? Sorry. Yeah, so you talk about the fall in income. You talk about what does this mean. So you say what kind of good it is, what percentage demand will fall by, and you'd say for that one it falls. Whereas for so that's because it's a luxury good. Going for domestic now. I'm just going to have to rub this off as I go along. So YED equals minus 1.6. This is for foreign holidays as well. Just to break it up, you could say foreign holidays it's income elastic. So YED is minus 6, so it's inferior and income elastic. Inferior because it's negative, and income elastic as it's greater than minus 1. And obviously we use the same formula we did here. We've given the YED minus 1.6. We know income is falling by negative 10%. We times 1.6, negative 1.6 by negative 10%. That gives us a positive increase of 16% demand. So that's you say, what you do for these kind of questions is you say what figure means, put it into a formula, say how it affects demand, and if you're given a value, sort of expand on that, say it's income elastic or income inelastic. So just to go over that again, 4B, for foreign holidays, we had a YED of 2. That means as incomes increase, demand for the good increases, or other way round. So basically directly related. That's why it's a luxury good. It describes what kind of luxury goods are. So there may be imports, for example. Put it into the formula, bang in the numbers, get the percentage change in demand. Do the exact same for domestic goods. We found out it's income elastic, because it's negative and it's very good. And times negative 1.6 by negative 10%. 2 negatives cancel out to make a positive. Simple math. And that gets you an increase of 16%. So if incomes fall, why would you want to buy? Say if my income fell by £200 every week, I could no longer afford the Ferraris that I do. So that wouldn't be good, because Ferraris will be considered to be a luxury good, because they're quite expensive and you can't really afford them in a low income. So that kind of tells you, the price kind of tells you what kind of good it is as well. So that's how we use income to tell what kind of good it is, because it's how much proportion it takes to our income. If our income falls, how much less do we demand that product? How sensitive is it? So bread, if my income fell by £200 per week, I would buy still the same amount of bread I do, which is 0. That's just a coincidence, by the way. I do buy some stuff. So that's 4B over and done with. That's 4A. 4B was quite a big one, but again, it was quite a nice one really in terms of elasticity question. It wasn't too pricing. Is that the end of? Yeah, so that's the end of 4. Hopefully that question was kind of easy enough. Next question we'll be talking about allocative efficiency, productive efficiency, well, just allocative efficiency, and we'll be going on to discuss, I'll just give you a bit of background to the rest of the efficiencies in the next question. So, hopefully that was an elasticity question. Hopefully you've got your head round so far, and we'll see you in the next video.